Well, this past Christmas, Needham High lost a coach that made Needham High School hockey what it is today. And on January 23rd, the boys hockey team honored him before their game against Walpole.
On January 23rd, the Needham Rockets defeated the Walpole Rebels 8-0. But the night's best highlight came in the pregame ceremony where both teams took the time to honor the late former Needham head coach, John Chambers.
When Coach Brown and I first came over here back in '92, Coach Chambers coached as an assistant coach with us, and he's just a great guy and a great coach, and everyone knows that he's a legendary Hall of Fame coach.
The ceremony offered members of the Needham hockey community who may not have been aware of Chambers' passing a last chance to honor the former Rockets coach.
Most of us, it was kind of quiet. Most of us really didn't know much about it, so we felt that tonight might be a nice night to at least, remember him and say a couple things about him before the game.
And it was only fitting the ceremony was before the Walpole game, a team that John Chambers has family ties to.
Tonight we're playing against his grandson's team, Jamie O'Leary, and Jamie was the apple in his grandfather's eyes.
He was a huge influence in my life. He coached me from probably mites up to just about the high school level at some point, and through college I was always kind of seeking his approval after games, and he was giving me tips. So it's an unbelievable man and a great influence in my life.
But Chambers had that kind of impact on all of his players.
Well, as a coach, he was like a walking, talking hockey encyclopedia. He remembered what play you did 2 periods ago, 2 games ago. He'd correct you. He would get out of Rosemary Lake and we'd play pond hockey, and before the team would show up, there'd be a bunch of 7-year-olds in the corner, and he'd be helping them with the drop pass as well. So he was a coach 100% of the time, 365 days of the year.
Chambers' love and passion for the game is something that will be passed through Needham teams for years to come.
Thinking of Coach Chambers reminds us as players that we on the 2010 team are part of a larger heritage, and we are connected to a rich and storied past. We wear our Needham jerseys with pride, and Coach Chambers is part of that fabric. I had the privilege of meeting him at our hockey banquet my sophomore year when the 2008 team won the state championship, and Coach Chambers was as proud of us as if he was actually on the bench that year.
And both teams will have a special way of remembering Coach Chambers for the rest of the season.
He wore number 3, and we're going to have stickers on the back of our helmets, as well as the Walpole boys are going to have stickers on the back of their helmets.
It's a great gesture by Needham and Coach Juicy. They're going to put my grandfather's high school number on their helmets for the rest of the year and pay a tribute to him. And I think it's just shows what type of class organization Billy Juicy runs.
For Needham Channel Sports, I'm James Walsh.
Well, our own Dick Carey also pays tribute to John Chambers in this week's Carey's Corner.
The town of Needham has had many great players and many great coaches going back a century or more. But arguably the greatest combination of coach and player was Johnny Chambers. The youngest of 6 children was born on July 9, 1917 in Needham and graduated in 1935 from Needham High School, where he played 3 years of hockey, football, and baseball. He was a high school hockey all-scholastic who led his team in scoring. He did the same thing at Boston University, where he played 3 years of baseball and hockey, and was a New England hockey all-star who led his team in scoring as the Terriers won the New England title. JC continued playing hockey, pro, semi-pro, and amateur into his 90th year and served as head coach for 16 years at his high school alma mater. The coach led Needham to 3 state championships in 5 years. He was inducted into several halls of fame, but his most lasting legacy was his positive influence on the high school and youth hockey kids whom he coached. He was a father figure and role model who helped hundreds of kids, both on and off the ice. JC's most famous protege, Robbie Fatorik, called John Chambers the best coach he ever had at any level. Players fed off his enthusiasm. Among the many players who came under the coach's tutelage were his sons Jackie and Gary, and his grandson Jamie O'Leary, who coaches hockey at Walpole High School. The apples did not fall far from the tree. John Chambers, Mr. Needham Hockey, will be greatly missed. Our town will never know his like again. Requiescat in pace. Until next week, this is Dick Carey reminding you that at Carey's Corner, you always have someone in your corner.